In this video, we're going to look at Sustainable Practices Assessment Task 1. So for this task, you need to create a PowerPoint that you would present to a group of personal trainers that outline their responsibilities in relation to environmental impact that they would have during sessions. So you need to cover the following 7 points. So common issues that are caused by fitness and recreational groups, and within this, you must include at least 5. So the areas to possibly look at could include these that are listed down the bottom. So your energy use, group size, noise, environmental damages, use of tracks, waste disposal, souvenering, interactions with wildlife, and use of water sources. You also need to identify what permits you're required in your region. So are you able to train in different parks and things like that? What codes of practice are developed for use of open spaces by your council? Ways that you can monitor and record changes in the natural environment using technology. So what might you have with you when you take a training session that you could use to be able to capture an image? What should you do if an activity causes a significant impact on the environment? So should you be reporting that to anybody? What culturally sensitive areas in your region would need to be considered? So especially if you were to do an aquatics-based session, that could be something that you need to consider as well. And what are some minimal impact techniques and procedures that should be implemented? Right. So if we have a look at some of these, especially with noises, different councils all have time restrictions on what time noise can be made in public areas. These will quite often apply to more things like your building industries, but personal trainers making lots of noise outside need to also consider these things. But also you need to kind of think, if you've got lots of people running on grass areas, is that going to start to destroy the grass and things like that? In part 2, then you also need to reflect on challenges that are facing modern society. So you need to look at climate change, energy, land management, waste and consumption, and water. Now this part 2 can either be created as a separate document, or you could add it to one of the last slides in your presentation. All up, this should be about 700 words. So 500 words for part 1 and 200 words for part 2. If we look at the rubrics below, this is what your assessor will be using when they're marking your work. So please familiarise yourself with each of these points so that you know exactly what they're going to be looking for. If you have any questions, please chat with your trainer and they'll be able to provide further information.